Hello everyone, Mrs. Red here, Friday afternoon at 4:30, and that means it is kids art class. So we're actually going to be going from what we were doing last week, which was a realistic bunny, how to draw one up and get it looking realistic and not just a very basic line drawing. So now we're going to actually do some mixed media onto that. So I did say that you can use anything you like to do your drawing. So you could just use, say, coloured pencils. We are going to be using black pen, coloured pencils, and watercolour. So I'm going to flick the camera over. Remember that this is my my webcam here. So I will click it over and we will get started straight away. All right, there we go. There's our little bunny there. Remember that one? There was that reference photo there. So we won't be needing that today. Paper towel is for sponging up water. Using these watercolours today. Haven't used these ones for a while. Got some nice colours happening there. You use whatever watercolours you've got if you're deciding to do watercolour. We are going to be starting with the black pen though. So I will start on that first, put all of that to the side, and then I've got my coloured pencils here as well that I've used before in some of these. So I'm not going to do too much with the black pen. Hopefully that's focusing. I'm just going to do these lovely big eyes. Just the fine parts is where I want to put the black pen. It's just going to be easier especially for like the little eyelashes and the whiskers to do with a black pen. You must do the black pen first, as long as it is a waterproof pen. So mine is, so it won't all bleed or smudge when we put watercolour over it. If you're using watercolour, you've got to be careful about when you put your pen down. If you don't have a waterproof pen, it has to go down once the watercolour has dried, and it has to be completely dry. If you put down a black pen onto a wet surface, even if it's damp paper, it will actually kill the pen and the pen will not work again. So it's really important to either make sure you've got a waterproof one that you can use first, or make sure that you wait a few hours to make sure that that paper is really dry. All right, so there's our little eyes coloured in, and now I'm just going to do some eyelashes. I'm going to do some of the grass as well. There we go. Don't know if I'll do the bow. Might do the bow. Let's see. Now you probably can't see the grass down here. It's very, very wispy. And I will go there we go. So I'm just going to rub out the pencil lines that I've got there. And the reason you want to do that is because when we put the watercolour in there, the pencil lines that are remaining will actually stay under the paint and you won't be able to rub them out. So always make sure I've just rubbed out what was in there as well. Always make sure that you rub out any pencil marks that you're going to be painting over. Unless, of course, you use a aqua pencil, which you can buy. Aquarel, I think they're called. And they will actually the graphite will actually sort of dissolve. All right, I want that to be really wishy-washy down there anyway, so it doesn't matter if it's going to be like it's not too blended, etc. Now, oh, I know what I have to do. I have to do these whiskers. There we go. All right, now I'm wondering, I might do the bow and the flower. No, I'll leave them for pencil so that they're not such a harsh line. So with our flower, we might go for, don't know, the black center. Now, what color am I going to paint this bunny rabbit to? I could either go for its sort of browns and blacks. Go for an orange. Just going to do the outline of the flower so that I can actually fill it in with watercolor. So when you use more than one different, we call them mediums, it becomes a mixed media piece. So because we're using coloured pencils, black pen and watercolours, it is definitely a mixed media piece. Okay, let's do a red outline. Very smart little rabbit here. Now I cannot remove the lead pencil around the colour because the colour pencils tend to move and smudge. There we go, and we'll move down here. Actually, I forgot to put the chat up just in case anyone wants to ask a question. Chat's up, so fire away with your questions. Now, my eggs that I drew have got a lot of outline still on them. We won't worry about that. And we'll go orange to finish. Maybe an orange up here as well. And then this one we'll do a green. And keep it nice and simple. There we go. All right, so I think that's all we'll do. I wonder if I should just do a little bit. I might do some brown. I think that's the brown one, or is that the brown one? Oh, they're very close. Might just do because that's a fine area as well. And then for the rest of it, we'll put the outlines in. Okay, so that's pretty much all we're going to do with the coloured pencil now. So we've done our black pen and our pencils. So I'll just put them out of the way over there. So it gives me a bit more room. And we're going to start with, I left 2 colours in there. Oh well. I've got 2 brushes here. So they're both watercolour brushes, a small and a medium size one. We're going to make this painting very watery. Keep it nice and watery. All right. Okay, I haven't used this set for a while. Lovely, vibrant colours. Okay, Mr. Rabbit, what are we going to go with? Let me just see here. I just had a couple of inspirations that I was going to draw from. Hopefully I can find them. All right. So I think, given that I do have some images that I was looking at earlier, I will still stay with the sort of the browns of our bunny, which is here. So we'll do some nice little pinks in the ears and keep with the browns and the coffee colours that are coming through here, and just dabble a little bit of colour in here and there. So nice wet brush. I've got my paper towel to sponge my brush if I need to, and I'm going to start up in the ears. We'll start with that pink, so it will be a bit of a white and red. Oh, I don't know which one to go for. I might go for, oh, that's orange. No, don't want that colour. Oh, that's nice. So it's a nice wet brush. Don't want to be too careful of this. I want it to have a lot of wateriness and messiness to it. So now I'm just putting water down, just making sure that that bleeds out and isn't too much vibrancy in there. I'll do the same to the other side. Like that. You can hear me always rinsing my brush and adding more water to it, so it will just dilute it. This is a mixed media paper that I'm using too, but you can get away with cartridge paper for something like this. It will just bubble a bit, the cartridge paper. I just want to lose a bit of the brightness of that ear. So I'll just keep water on my brush and then dab it off onto my paper towel. There we go. Now we've got 2 ears that are looking nice. All right, so with my browns, I'm going to go up here and I will probably touch the pinks of the ears, and the colours may blend, and that's okay, because that's what watercolour will do. I'm trying to keep it very loose, not being too over the top in regards to keeping within the lines and everything. As long as it looks like 2 ears, I'm happy with it. You can see those two colours are joining together down there. That's all right. I'll tell you a secret though. If you take the water out of your brush and then dab it into there and back onto there, you actually are soaking up that water, and it will just help with the drying time of it. Looking gorgeous. Okay, so I'd say that's a black. Where's another brown? Up here. All right, so I'm going to just put some, how about we give that bunny a bit of a pinkish nose as well. Just putting down a bit of water. Oh, oops. Guess what, bunny? Okay, so I thought that was, I think, gosh, these colours are throwing me. I'll go back to this one. That's going to look really nice with all of that in there. Always make something out of a little accident when it comes to your art. I did want other colours involved, so I am more than happy about our little splash of purple. I do want to, maybe I'll give him a purple nose. Just with watercolours, make sure your page has always got lots of water on it. Makes it very easy to blend around. I'm going to leave the nose and let these colours dry a bit before I go back to it. So I'll go down to the bottom. And that little bit of purple looks absolutely lovely splashed in there. Looks like it was meant to happen. I might even just go back to that purple and just put a little bit in there as well. All right, so I'm going to move down to, we'll go down to the body. So again, I might even just add a little bit more purple to it. There, and that will help define where the head is to the body. And a little bit over there and in there as well. Okay, and go back to our brown again. Now I'm painting quite quickly here. You do have to keep moving when you're painting with watercolours so that it doesn't dry. But you can also take a lot more time than I'm doing. Now I'm just going to add a bit more water to this because I just want it to have some nice watery areas. It's 1 week until Easter weekend. So this time next week it will be Good Friday. Not too sure if I'm going to be doing anything next Friday. Just don't know what we've got planned for the afternoon. So we'll see. Okie dokes. Now I want to get into this grass while it's nice and wet. Don't know which one's a good grass colour. Oh yeah, because I want those colours to move in there. It's all water, remember, so we want it to look like a watercolour. And this side won't have so much happening. choose a different green. Oh, that's a bit of a different green. I don't know if I like that green. It's not very natural, that one. Working quite quickly because I don't want that water to dry before I can, before I finish. There we go. Lovely. Looking lovely. Okay, we're just leaving that. We're going to come back to that, and also the flower. What colour am I going to do the flower? I should do it a real bright yellow if I've got one. With Easter eggs, that's an easy one. We'll just go back to... Now I'm putting that there, then I'm going to wash the brush and then thin it down. And that's connected with the bunny rabbit now. So we're going to get a little bit of that red coming through, or maybe not. Might not, but if it does, that's all right. What are you thinking so far? Are you liking this loose artwork? That looks nice. Now I'm going to just take some of that away. So I want it to look watercolory. Actually, I'm just going to put some more water down to dilute it and then pick it up again. Put a bit more down. Ooh, didn't realise that I wasn't on camera there. So just diluting that so that we get that real watery effect coming through. Now what's going to happen if I put colour into those circles right now? It's all going to disappear into the red. So we might just leave it for a little while. We don't want it to be completely dry, but we don't want it to be too wet either. And for this other one, I think I'll go for a blue and then a different blue. Or, yeah, what's that colour? Oh, that's going to... Oh, that's a really dark blue. Can't really tell the difference between those two. All right, let's go for a red. No, that's starting to look a bit dirty. All right, we'll just go back to a watery brush, not too watery, and let them blend. They should make a bit of a purple. All right. Lovely watery puddles. Okay, so we'll go into these little circles now. Go for some different colours. And yes, they're touching. That's okay. We don't mind that. Oh, yeah, they're moving around. An orange. We'll go for a green. Might just mop a bit of that up because it's going a bit crazy. Green and red don't like each other when it comes to watercolours. So they would have made a bit of a brown muddy puddle. So we just have to be aware of that. Purple will be all right with the red, just not with the green. And again, I might just mop a bit of that up because it's very dark. We don't want it that dark. There we go. Let's go back up to our face of our little rabbit. And I do want to do the background as well. But I do want to get this done first. So how about we just do a bright red bow. Put some colour in there. Then wash our brush and let that all float around. Don't have to fill it all in either. Okie doke, so now we're just going to do this area here. I want to do a little red bit in here. It's his little mouth opening there. Now if that touches what other colours I use, that is going to disappear because it's very wet, so I'll just dry that up a bit. There we go. Now we lost it now. There we go. Oh, she's looking so cute. So cute. So this colour here, I might go for this mustardy colour, just a bit of a lighter. And because those colours are still wet around, they will blend in, and that's all right. Down here they might make a bit of a mess, so I've got to be careful not to get too much. Oh, there we go. Getting a little bit of that bow tie coming into it. There we go, very cute. Now, our flower, I think we might stick to the orange. Get all that back off. Now, what do you think? Should we be doing a background? Let me know in the chat if you wanted me to do the background or not. Doesn't matter if you're watching this back. I'd still love to know your thoughts. And I want to see your results too. So when you've done your bunny drawing, want to see how you went with it. Just want to fill that bit in a bit there. There you go, Mrs. Bunny. Okie doke. So I am going to do the background, but I'm going to do it very lightly. And I might return to that purple. And there's also another purple. Sorry. I just have to be careful with where I put this paint palette down now. So I'll keep that there. That's the purples that I'm about to use. just going to put a bit of water down first. I don't really want to get too close to the bunny where it's still wet with this, because it might overtake. Just nice and subtle colour. Whoops, there we go. We've got a little connection going on down the bottom there. That's all right. Now that accidental purple was a lot brighter, so we'll put in a little bit of that as well. Continue up here. And I'm going to just get close to the ear there. It's still a bit wet up here. Water it down. Such a vibrant purple. Let's see. Right, we'll continue on around here. I'll just bring it down a bit. I'm going to bring it right into that ear. And go back to the first purple, which is not as bright. And come around. Can you see it's still, do you see that all right? I'm actually doing more watercolour tonight. I've got the Paint and Sit party on, Wine and Untangle online art class. And we're painting poppy flowers. So it's going to be a full Friday night of watercolour for me. Couldn't be happy about that. Okay, I'm going to go back to that vibrant purple again. Get that in there and then wash it around. Just got to be careful going over your artwork with a wet brush. As much as we love little water droplets, sometimes we don't want them on some areas. Gosh, that's such a powerful purple. Oh, I'm kind of thinking I want to just add another little colour in there. I might go for that really turquoisey blue. Ooh, lovely, lovely. Now just clean that up. Don't want the background to dominate the actual painting as well. Okay, so I will absorb a bit of the colour back up that's in the background, because I don't want it to be that strong. And around here, I think I need to get closer to the bunny. Let those colours run. right in into there. There is a bit of colour there. I know it's a bit hard for you to see on the camera there. Just absorb all this extra water and colour. When watercolour is wet, it's very easy to be able to lighten areas up that you think might be a bit dark, but once it's dry, you can't change it. Okay, what do we reckon? I'm just going to bring a wet brush up here, make a bit more of a borderline. And I think we'll call that little bunny ready for Easter. So I can't tip that up because that's still got quite a bit of water drying in the bow there, on the face still, out on the sides, but down the bottom looks fairly dry. Beautiful. Lovely and subtle. All right, so I will turn it back to me now. Just quickly. There we go. All right, so all the details are in the description below for sending me a picture via email, or there's the socials as well, Facebook and Instagram. And look at last week's live, which was drawing a rabbit, a realistic rabbit. If you haven't actually drawn this yet, and it will show you how to draw a rabbit up in a realistic way. And then once you've done that, that's when we added the bow and the flower, and obviously the Easter eggs down the bottom. And then that's where you enjoy just doing what you want to do with the drawing. So oil pastel, acrylic paints, yeah, we've got the coloured pencil, watercolour pencils as well. It's endless what you can do, of course. All right, I will let that dry and then I'll move it and photograph it. And the bunny rabbit will be up on the website soon, should be soon. It was meant to be up this week and it just didn't happen, but that's all right. It will get up there. Okay, so enjoy your weekend, and not sure whether I'll see you next week or not because it's going to be Good Friday. But if not, I will see you in a couple of weeks anyway. Enjoy your weekend and have fun and do some art.